Okay, friends, here is the last video for today. This is also a review of what we did on Friday. So for those of you who were not here on Friday, this would be a really good video to make sure that you're caught up on what you missed. Okay? So this is from today's handout. This should be the one page, front and back, that you picked up today on the bookcase. This one, we're going to graph in standard form. So instead of changing the equation back into y equals mx plus b, I'm going to keep it in standard form, and I'm going to graph it using my x-intercept and my y-intercept. Okay? So there were two types of equation that we talked about on Friday. On Friday, we talked about when an equation is just a number. There's no x or no y, right? It's only one variable. The way we do that, instead of memorizing everything, the way we do that is use what the equation gives us. So for example, on number 1, it says x is equals to -3. Only x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 points. And in these 2 points, I only have one number that has to be there, and that is -3. It tells me that it's x. X is -3. So I'm going to put -3 in the x spot, which is the first number of the order pair, both of the number. Now, I really don't care what the other number is. I could use any number that I want for y. Right? So I could say y is equals to 1 and y is equals to -5. Both of that would work. You can say y is equals to 3 and y is equals to 0. That also work. I know some of you guys don't want to do 6, 7, but we don't have 7 on our graph, so it's going to be really hard for us to graph that. So unfortunately, we can't do 6, 7 today. All right, so let's graph a point. The first point is -3, 1. So at x, go to -3, and then go up to 1, and that's where we drop our first point. The second point is -3, -5. So on x goes to -3, drops down to -5 on the y. I got these 2 points. These 2 points, I had to connect these 2 points, right, with one line. So it just so happened that these 2 points are a vertical line. So I just connect the 2 points with one line, straight up and down. That's what's so special about that when x equals to a number or when y equals to a number. You use 2 points to help you figure this out. The second type of graph that we did on Friday was an actual equation with x and y. Right? So remember, we're trying to find x-intercept and we're trying to find y-intercept. That means I have to do 2 things. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find my x-intercept. Okay, remember, x-intercept is when x and the when x and the graph are talking. So that means that my y is not in the conversation. That means that my y is 0. It means that y gets canceled out. So using that equation, I have 2x plus y equals to -2. I'm going to take this y equals to 0, find the y, and replace that with 0. When I do that, this whole y cancels us out. So I would have, this whole y cancel out. So I would end up with 2x equals to -2. Now I just need to find x. To do that, I'm going to divide by 2. So divide by 2 on both sides. So I get x equals to -2 divided by 2. Use your decimals if you need to. That's equals to -1. What that means is that on the x-axis, I go to -1. Make sure it's -1, not +1. Go to -1 and put a dot on -1. Now, that's one thing. Remember what they asked you. They asked you to do the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So that means that the next point that I'm using is I'm looking for my y-intercept. That means that the graph and the y are talking. Who's not in the conversation? X is not in the conversation, so make that equals 0. Using the same equation, 2x plus y equals to -2. I'm going to take that 0 because it's equals to x, bring it down there. 2 times 0 is going to give me 0 plus y equals to -2. 2 times 0 is going to give me 0. That means that cancels us out, leaving me with just y equals to -2. And that's my y-intercept right there. I go to my y-axis, go to -2, and put a point right there on the y-axis. Now that I have 2 points, I can connect those 2 points with one single line. And in this case, this time, that one single line is going to be diagonal because that's how the 2 points are lined up in a diagonal. Remember, when you graph, you go all the way to the edge of the graph and put an arrow at both ends. Okay, and that is how you graph your your standard form using x-intercept and y-intercept. All right, so for the next part, for your practice, what you're going to do is you're going to finish the rest of this page, front and back. And then you're going to have to take a picture of the front and the back of the page. So there should be 2 pictures. And you're going to go on to your assignment for graphing in standard form assignment and upload that into those 2 questions. So question number 1 would be page 1 of your handout. Question number 2 is upload a picture for page 2 of your handout. And after that, you got some IXL to do, and then you'll be finished. Remember, this is worth 3 grades. Each of these sections is going to be worth a grade in Skyward. So let's make sure we finish all of the assignments.